I am Ann Fisher of Fema reporting live from Moore, Oklahoma, where the President has declared a state of emergency. This tornado was categorized as an EF4 on an enhanced scale, with the wind speeds of 200 miles per hour. It was 2 miles wide and left devastation in its path. Some of the damage include collapsed buildings and structures, cars piled on each other, people trapped under debris, 2 schools and the main medical facility have been leveled, and 70 deaths have been confirmed. The city of Oklahoma is in a state of devastation and is wondering what FEMA's next step will be to restore order. But before FEMA can step in, there is protocol that needs to be met. The local government responds first, with law enforcement agencies and the fire department taking charge of the scene. When the event is too overwhelming for the local entities to contain, these groups connect with their state officials. More resources are available, such as the National Guard or other financial resources, and the state becomes the emergency management agency. A damage assessment is performed through local, state, federal, and volunteer agencies to determine losses and recovery needs. Some of the volunteer organizations are the Red Cross, religious organizations, and the Salvation Army, being the largest emergency disaster service. A major disaster declaration is requested by the state's governor, with state funds allocated to recovery. FEMA steps in to evaluate the request and recommends action from the White House. When the President approves or denies the request, a process that may take a few hours or weeks depending on the scope of the disaster. The flow of communication in the event of an emergency involves systems that relay the protocol during the emergency. This system communicates traffic, weather, damages, and resources for decision making and public dissemination. It is like a two-way radio system. Preparedness describes the actions emergency organizations develop and incorporate to identify and prioritize critical communications and available resources to prevent and mitigate effects of emergencies. FEMA steps in preparing for tornadoes involve conduct tornado drills, designate an area in the home as shelter, develop a communication plan in case of separation, and know the difference between a tornado watch and a warning where a tornado has been sighted. Other steps include an emergency kit, which includes food, water, basic first aid supplies, and other emergency equipment that you may already have. FEMA's priorities and responsibilities during a disaster is to support and ensure that as a nation we work together to build, sustain, improve the capacity to prepare, protect, respond, recover, and mitigate all hazards. FEMA provides state and local governments with experts in the specialized fields and funds for rebuilding efforts and relief funds for infrastructure. FEMA will disperse the monies approved by the President to rebuild the community. There are health issues that come with disasters of this nature. The 2 major safety issues are gas leaks and electrical system damage. There could be gas leaks, broken or frayed electrical wires, which can cause fires, explosions, or electrocution. After a tornado, people should stay out of damaged buildings and only return when authorities say it is safe. Wear sturdy shoes. The most common injury following a disaster is puncture to the feet. People should stay away from glass or steel structures that could fall or further cause damage. The long-term effects on survivors may be emotional or mental trauma, which people should not take lightly and go for help. People most at risk are kids, infants, people with disabilities, and seniors. These people make all needs these people may all need special considerations while planning for an emergency. If you or family member needs medication or special equipment, make sure you have a plan to bring them with you. Trying to rebuild after a natural disaster involves everyone from the local, state, and federal government down to the volunteers and the community, putting in place an information system protocol in case of an emergency. This is Ann Fisher reporting live from Moore, Oklahoma.